Look, that village spread along the crest, as if it wanted to enjoy all the sunshine, and where we will be stopping is like the centre of a crown of historical places. Come here. There is, to the north, Jarmuth. Do you remember Joshua? The defeat of the kings who wanted to attack the camp of Israel, which was strengthened by the alliance with the Gibeonites. And near it, there is Beth Shemesh, the sacerdotal town in Judah, where the ark was returned by the Philistines, with the gold votive offerings prescribed by the diviners and priests to the people to be freed from the calamities that had struck the guilty Philistines. And over there is Zorah, lying completely in the sun, Samson's fatherland. And a little to the east, Timnath, where he got married, and where he performed many brave deeds, and did so many foolish things. And there are Azekah and Shochoh, formerly Philistine camps. Farther down is Zanoah, one of the towns in Judah. Now turn round. Here is the valley of the Terebinth, where David fought Goliath. And over there is Makkedah, where Joshua defeated the Amorites. Turn round again. Can you see that solitary mountain in the middle of the plain, which once belonged to the Philistines? Gath is there, Goliath's fatherland, and the place where David took refuge with Achish to escape from the mad rage of Saul, and where the wise king pretended he was mad, because the world defends fools from wise people. Where the horizon opens out, there are the plains of the very fertile lands of the Philistines. We will go through there, as far as Ramleh. And now, let us enter Bethgina. You, precisely you, Philip, who are looking at me so imploringly, will go round the village with Andrew. While you are walking about, we shall stop near the fountain or in the village square. I can't proceed without pausing. That one paragraph contains a vast quantity of historical information. Information, some of which will actually be lost to conventional history, which awaits rediscovery by archaeologists of the present or future. You may have heard me say in the past that one of the features of Maria Valtorta's writings is that, and which goes towards validating them as genuine rather than the mere imagination of a pious woman, as men in the Vatican continue to say, stupidly, because it's evident that that's not the case for many reasons. But in this particular case, it makes me focus on the phenomenon that when she was alive, there were a certain number of villages and towns known in ancient Israel through archaeological work and through historical documents. And she cites many of them, but many that she cited were unknown and only became known after she died. And some of them are in the relevant encyclopedias of 1968, I think the Macmillan Encyclopedia. And still there are names which remain unknown. But if she was accurately citing villages whose names were unknown, or another class which were known but only to specialists during her lifetime, then we can have confidence that ones that she cites here, which are still unknown, are not the products of her imagination, but await discovery. This one paragraph alone tells us a huge amount about the history of ancient Israel, and it should give critics of Maria Valtorta's writings pause for thought before they start criticising in such a cavalier fashion as is usually the case, rather than considering the data embedded in her writings. There are these offhand, often second-hand criticisms drawn from other ill-thought-out articles, some of which I've addressed over the years that I've had these videos being put out in support of her writings and for what Christ wants, the edification of us and us drawing closer to him in these undoubted end time periods.